today's video is going to be a reading list haul. I am going to be showing you some books that I plan on reading for this year. For my one of my New Year's resolutions, one of them is a book goal. So my goal is 15 books for the year, and I've already read 2, so I think I am on track for that goal. I used to be really into reading, and I kind of fell off the wagon, kind of fell out of the habit. Sorry, my bunny's trying to eat all my books. I kind of stopped reading for, the past couple of years. I would pick up a book and then take forever to finish it. So this year I really am making it a priority to make time to read because it's something I enjoy. Before I begin, my drink of the day is hot chocolate, per usual. It's still pretty hot, so, oh my gosh, my rabbit decided to go crazy when I start filming. It's still very hot, so I don't know if you can see the steam. But I'll just let it cool for a bit, and I will be sipping on it throughout the video. So let's go ahead and start with the books that I'm currently reading. So the first book, and most of these books I got secondhand, either at thrift stores or used bookstores. Just throwing that out there. So the first book I got was Seeing Red by Sandra Brown. She's a very popular author, but this is actually the first book of hers that I've been reading, or that I've started reading. And it's going well so far, it's an enjoyable read. It is kind of like, I guess, it's a novel, and it's kind of like a adventure, I guess, mystery in a way book. I got this book at a thrift store for like $1. And it's a hardback. It doesn't have the front cover, but the pages are in good condition. So the second book I'm reading right now, I'm reading 3 books at once right now. So this one is The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. I was recommended this book through a podcast that I listened to. Michaela J. She does mindset, manifestation. What is it? Yeah, she does mindset and manifestation and money, I guess, talks, and I really love her. And someone, either that she interviewed or maybe she recommended it directly, I can't remember, recommended this book. So it's The story it tells is a gripping one of adventure and discovery, but it also is a guidebook that has the power to crystallize your perception of why you are where you are in life and to direct your steps with new energy and optimism as you head into tomorrow. So it's kind of like a self-help book, but it is, like there's a storyline, like a fiction storyline to it, but there's a lot of underlying, like messages that you can take to heart for yourself, kind of. I'm like maybe a quarter of the way done, so there's still a lot more for me to uncover about this, but so far it's pretty good. I don't know, I'm not loving it at the beginning, honestly, but we shall see, because I've heard a lot of good things, so I hope it gets better. And then the third book that I'm reading is one of my most recent purchases. I got this at a used bookstore for $7.50. Stop it, little boy. This is called A New Kind of Killer by Jeannie Melville. It was written in the 70s, which I really gravitate towards older books, like books written in like the 60s and 70s, just to see how like times have changed from the author's perspective, I guess. There's something about it that, like, the way that they speak, not that like the 70s were like the old days, but just like the way that it's written is, you can tell that it's different than the way authors write currently. And this book is a murder mystery book, and it's written, well, it's in the perspective of a female police officer. So it's kind of like there's a lot of feminism aspects in here, and so far it's a very good book, very entertaining. There's like some like saucy stuff going on right away. So the books that I have on my reading list to eventually get to are, the first one is a classic. It is Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. I did not have to read this in high school. I know some people did, but yeah, I figured it's a classic and I wanted to read it, and I got this at a consignment store for $4.50. Again, it's in good condition, hardback. All the pages are really nice. Basically no flaws. This next book is called Code Girls by Lisa Mundy. And I got this at Books A Million for $3.97. It is I guess, historical fiction. Well, maybe this isn't even fiction. It is, I guess, a non-fiction book. The untold story of the American women codebreakers of World War II. So it says, recruited from small southern towns and posh New England colleges, 10,000 American women served the U.S. Army and Navy as codebreakers during World War II. While their brothers and husbands took up arms, these women moved to Washington and, under strict vows of secrecy, learned to meticulously work on breaking German and Japanese military codes. Their code-breaking triumphs shortened the war, saved countless lives, and gave them access to careers previously denied by them. So, I'm excited to read this, honestly. I really like either historical fiction or, like historical books that have some sort of like storyline to them. Okay. Next up, we have Candy Slain Murder, A Country Store Mystery by Maddie Day. So I think this is part of a series. I believe it's part of a series, and it is a mystery book. I tend to gravitate towards mystery, true crime, fiction, historical fiction, or science books. Is basically the only nonfiction that I will gravitate towards. Some history books I will, but not a lot. So this one is about I'll read you the back of it. It was $1.50 from a consignment shop. It says, as December sweeps through South Lake, Indiana, Robbie's life seems merry and bright like the string lights glistening around town. But strange happenings signal a bumpy ride into the holidays. First, a man raises eyebrows at pans and pancakes when he claims to be the long-lost half-brother of Robbie's assistant. Then a fire destroys the home of a controversial anesthesiologist, exposing skeletal remains in his attic. Helplessly intrigued, all Robbie wants for Christmas is to stop her winter wonderland from becoming a real nightmare. With a decades-old mystery taking shape, can she run as fast as she can in pursuit of a killer who's harder to crack than a still gingerbread man? So it's like a Christmas murder mystery. It seems pretty lighthearted, kind of like a Hallmark movie with a mystery in it. I don't know. So when I was at Books A Million, I also picked up 2 Sherlock Holmes books. So the first one, they come in this little bundle. So we have The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes and The Hound of the Baskervilles. The Hound of Baskervilles. These are 2 of them, again, 2 classics. 2 detective mystery books. This next one I actually took from a exact name, but you can take and leave books in a little house that some neighborhoods have. So I took this one called Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. Again, a very popular one that I have been wanting to read. So this is more of like a romance or like a love book. It says gritty, sensual, and charged with dark secrets involving love, murder, and a majestic and mute heroine. So, I mean, this one was made into a movie, so I'm sure it's amazing. This next one is kind of a self-help book. This is another one that I was introduced to by Michaela J's podcast. So she interviewed Kim Fisk. Or is it Fisk? She's the author of The Monster Under the Bed, uncovering the lie that drives us. So it's kind of like realizing some stuff about yourself. I'll get to that. The terrifying truth is everything you know about yourself today is based on who you decided you were when you were just 4 or 5. In your childhood, you formed decisions about yourself before you were even capable of thinking logically. Those decisions were based on a child's emotional survival brain, and they're the foundation of the neural pathways and thoughts and feelings that are instrumental in forming your identity, both positive and negative. This is why so many people have challenges in their adult lives, especially when it comes to personal and professional relationships. Luckily, this can all be changed. In this book, Kim Fisk reveals how to spot the monster tracks that are lurking in your own psyches, and lift up the bed curtain, exposing what we thought about was a monster as nothing more than dust bunnies and empty space that can now be filled with a whole new perception of yourself. So she was interviewed on this podcast, and a lot of what she had to say just really captivated me and interested me. So I got her book off of Amazon, I think for like $10. And this one was also recommended to me by Michaela J. It is the expanded study edition of A Happy Pocket Full of Money, Infinite Wealth and Abundance in the Here and Now by David Cameron G. Candy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name right. But this is kind of a self-help book based around wealth and money. So it's not just about the money. True wealth is not about buckets of cash. True wealth is not about designer clothes. It's not about a new Mercedes. And it's not about living in a palatial estate. True wealth is about discovering value within yourself and value within other people. It is about a kind of conscious living that incorporates gratitude, belief in abundance, and the experience of joy. So, again, I've been really into, self-help books and discovering more about how my mind works and how I can kind of train myself to thinking different ways. And I actually read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I finished it 2 weeks ago, and I really, really enjoyed that. That is a very popular, life-changing book for a lot of people. This next one I got at the Salvation Army. It's In the Shadow of Man by Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall is a primate researcher. She's done so much work, and it has a lot of photos on it too, which I was really drawn by. I think I got it for $1. So again, this is a non-fiction book, but it's a animal science book. It's just so amazing how close she got with the primates that she worked with. So I really am excited to read about that. This next book I have already read probably twice now, but I did not own it until recently. So I got this book for $1 at a thrift shop, and it's The Help by Kathryn Stockett. This is one of my favorite books, and I finally own it, so I'll probably be rereading it because, yeah, this book just, there's something about it that I really like, and obviously a lot of people do too because it was made into a movie, so. This is taking place in the 1960s in Mississippi, and it has to do with, you know, the racial injustice going on at the time in America. So. Okay. We have four more books. So this next one I also got at the Salvation Army. It is Women in Sunlight, a novel by Frances Meyer. This one just seemed like an easy, laid-back type of book with some adventure and like a mainly positive book, I would say. So it is the story of 4 American strangers who bond in Italy and change their lives over the course of an exceptional year. It kind of reminds me of why am I blanking on the name? Mamma Mia, for some reason. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what I'm kind of hoping, like an adventure in, you know, like a country surrounded by water and just having fun and stuff. But we shall see. I really just picked it up because it was really cheap and I just wanted something new to read that I had never heard of before, so I thought this would be a fun one. The next one I got at the used bookstore. It is The Sheriff and the Panhandle Murders by D.R. Meredith. So this one is a murder mystery it takes place in the small western town of Carroll, and I'll read you the inner file. Sheriff Charles Timothy Matthews was glad to leave the stress and sprawl of Dallas and some unpleasant memories for the quiet of Carroll, a small West Texas town. Nestled deep in the heart of the Panhandle, a day's drive from the big city Matthews left behind, Crawford County hadn't seen any murder in cold blood for more than 80 years. And if the sheriff's wish had came true, that peace would continue when he took over his new post. As he settles into his job, the annual Frontiers Day are drawing near. Sheriff Matthews is expecting some rowdiness, but no real trouble. Both he and the entire town are stunned when the stiff-whiskered old boy and a pretty teenage Mexican girl are found brutally murdered less than 24 hours before the eve of the festivities. Stern, meticulous, uncompromising Matthews narrows down the suspects and finds a surprising amount of information in a town where secrets are hard to keep. So it just seems like a weird old murder mystery, and I think this is written kind of a while ago. Let me see. It was written in 84. Okay. Okay, so these last two are nonfiction. I got Shoal of Time, A History of the Hawaiian Islands by Gavin Dawes. It basically talks about the history of Hawaii and stuff like that. So it's a nonfiction book. It's very, it looks like it could get dense, perhaps. I don't know yet, but I'll see how this goes. Okay, and the last book is a conservation and biodiversity hardback. So this one was less than $2, and it is quite a large book. It's almost like a mini textbook, honestly. It has pictures and, you know, it has some charts and whatnot. So it is, let me see how old it is. It was written in 96, so some of it might be outdated, I don't know. I was a bio major in college, so obviously I have textbooks and stuff like that, but I really just like to pick up little things like that, just to, I guess, kind of like compare, because science does change over time, so I thought it would be just like a nice little addition to my science book collection, and textbooks and stuff like that, just as like a reference book or something of that nature. So that is all of the books that I have so far for my reading list for this year. I'll probably be getting more, honestly. Me and my friends want to check out this one bookstore, so I'll most likely be getting stuff there. It's a used bookstore, but it's like very nice. So I'm sure there will be more books. If you guys enjoyed this, please give it a like. And I have some more videos in the works, some personal attention and positive affirmations, but please feel free to leave any recommendations in the comments, things you'd like to see from me. I hope you all have a lovely evening.